This is Sonic, and you're watching Sonic's Channel. Sonic's Channel. Hey fans, Michael Hunter here, and welcome to part 12 of Sonic Lost World. And then today, I've actually gotten SomeCallMeJohnny with me. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. Playing some Sonic Lost World here, and unfortunately, we're having some technical difficulties with the screen sharing, so Johnny cannot see anything that I'm doing. Barely.
I can barely make out.
Yeah.
It's like you're recording directly off of a Sega CD. FMV quality video going at a glorious 8 frames per second.
Wow.
But I can tell that you're going through Sky Road Zone 3 and 4 today.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just not a fan of the flying stages. I believe there's 2 of them.
Yeah, I don't see the point in them, actually.
No, I really don't. And this kind of goes into one of my, I wouldn't say it's a major criticism, but it's a small one I have.
Yeah.
About how Lost World is lost in terms of identity. Like, because they throw so many different play styles at you for different zones. Like you have the snowball level in Frozen Factory. You have this sort of stage that you only do twice in the entire game, one here and one in one of those like hidden worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And really, it's just like I think to me like they lacked focus.
Yeah. When
it came to making this game, and just stick to one formula and just refine what you got. Like don't make me handle a mechanic you're gonna make me only do once or twice, because then what exactly is the point?
Well, at least it's not as bad as I'm adding a werehog.
Yeah, very true. I think when it comes to ultimately pointless gimmicks that you never bring back, the werehog is probably the pinnacle of that. But still, I don't know. No matter how small the burst, if it doesn't need to be there, don't put it there.
Yeah. At least we got.
It really. I'm sorry. What were you saying, Michael?
But on this stage, though, we do get to see the return of those turtles with the babies on their backs. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we got some enemies returning from Sky Chase.
Mm-hmm.
I never took them as babies though. Like it was like I was wondering. Like I was looking at them. Like, are those pacifiers in their mouths?
Yeah, they didn't have pacifiers before.
Yeah, I was wondering that, and you just got past that giant mechanical bird that shoots missiles that the game expects you to know that you can hit back.
Yeah. Yeah, when I first played the stage, I just kept avoiding it. I was thinking, okay, how long is this going to go on? And I was thinking, you know what? I bet they want me to do something. So
yeah, I just okay, you want me to hit something that can hurt me. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because everything else is dangerous. How was I supposed to know you're supposed to hit those away?
I don't like that stage whatsoever. Oh,
yeah.
But I hate this stage even more.
I don't know. I don't really have much of a problem with it, but that one we just did was pretty boring, though. But yeah, it's just one of those stages you play, and it's like, okay, when is this going to be over? Kind of want to do regular platforming here. We got a cutscene here.
Yeah, the world's life stream is being sucked away from the Zeti.
Just like Generations.
It's only a matter of time before the Zeti summon Meteor to destroy the planet. I think I might be getting my games confused here. But yeah, this is pretty much where Sonic realized, man, I messed up.
Oh yeah, all of this is Sonic's fault. I always forget about that.
Sonic, for once in his life, is facing the repercussions of his hasty actions.
Yeah. Sonic must feel pretty stupid right now.
Yeah, he is. But, that's not going to stop the game story from having all sorts of mood whiplash. There's one particularly jarring case where Tails is kidnapped via animal capsule.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, the next scene after that is Orbot saying, I wish I could be your sidekick. And you got this goofy music playing in the background. It's like, Tails was kidnapped.
Yeah.
Oh, good for a jolly laugh.
I do like some of the dialogue, though, how when he did ask, can I be your sidekick? Sonic's like, what? Shut up!
Yeah.
Well, that was pretty funny.
I said it in I said it in a few other videos. I don't think the story is all that great, but I do like the characterization of a lot of characters. Like I think Sonic's okay. I think Tails is fine. Eggman especially, I think was really good in this game's story.
Yeah, especially in that part where he's like, as long as I can still strangle a Zeddy, my hands are fine. He was like so dark right there.
It's like, you know when he says stuff like that, it's like, yeah, it's like, I now see why he's like the arch nemesis of Sonic the Hedgehog, and he's the main bad guy in general. You know, I enjoy stuff like that.
And he says that while they're working together. You see why he's like the main villain while they're working together. That's interesting.
Yeah. What's your opinion on Skyroad Zone 4?
I don't know. I don't really have much of a problem with it. I think it's a pretty good challenge. Some of the sections are kind of annoying though, like when you're falling down on the sand. Those parts are kind of annoying, but other than that. Now, this especially though, I think the Wisp could have been executed a lot better. Especially the music one right here. I think it's kind of...
Yeah.
I just died. What? Seriously?
Yeah. That's the biggest problem I have with this, is that it suffers from what many people call Contra syndrome. I know it as Castlevania syndrome. Particularly one particular stage in Castlevania 3 where you're climbing up this tower and suddenly everything below you is a bottomless pit, even though you just climbed up from there earlier. I don't get that.
That was... Yeah, I've died a few times just because I thought that the camera was going to scroll down with me because that's where I just came from, but no. Yeah. It's a bottomless pit all of a sudden.
The camera ate the level.
Pretty much. Sonic just falls like 5 feet and dies.
I really don't get it. That's the problem I have with the first half of the stage. The only problem I really have with the whole sand sliding, as we'll get to eventually, is the loose control. And I noticed that the most when I was swerving left and right trying to get the red rings that will materialize from the sand every once in a while. And, you know, I'm trying to veer my way over there, and I get the red ring, but I'm going too fast in one direction, and I end up sliding off of the slope.
Yeah.
And there's no real way to stop yourself unless you jam the analog stick in the opposite way, and even then it might be too late to save yourself.
Yeah, that's definitely happened to me a few times. What do you think about the way some of the wisps were executed? Like, I think the rhythm wisp is probably one of the most pointless wisps in this game, honestly. I really don't see its purpose.
I'll agree. I will completely agree. I think the rhythm wisp is why is this here? I mean, you're not even invincible when you use the thing, because you still can get hit when you're using it, and I guess it's just a way of I don't know. I really don't get it. To me, though, the only wisp I really didn't have a problem with overall was Asteroid. Because when it came to the gyroscope wisp, I hated Eagle the most, because the Eagle, I don't know what's going on with Eagle, and I know it can't be me, because, you know, when I'm playing a game that utilizes motion controls or gyroscope features, I'm sitting in the center of the TV as close as I possibly can, so I can have no mess-ups when it comes to, you know, motion control and stuff like that. But with the Wisp, the Eagle Wisp, like I'm tilting, I'm doing what the game wants me to do, you know, but suddenly the Eagle Wisp just starts nose diving towards the bottomless pit, and I was like, well, what am I doing? I'm holding the Wii U pad in the same position I was 3 seconds ago, and now the Eagle suddenly starts getting a cardiac arrest and wants to die.
Yeah, that's pretty annoying. I do agree, though. I do like the Asteroid Wisp. It's just a shame that it was only used like twice in the whole game.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't really like about the Asteroid Wisp was there's 2 particular sections in the game where you have to get a red ring using the Asteroid Wisp, and you know, I know how the jumping works with the Asteroid Wisp, but one thing I was never clear on is how exactly do you get more height when it comes to, like, I think it depends on how much debris you collect with the power. Yeah. Like, the more junk you have surrounding you, then the higher you jump. But even then, I swear I collect everything around me, and then I get to that secret portal that takes you to the red ring room, and I, you know, charge up the jump button, and I jump, and I just barely miss the red ring by like a few centimeters, and the game doesn't count, and I end up wasting time. But that just goes into the problem I have with red rings in general, which I feel like I'm beating a dead horse at this point. By the time I got to...
Can you double jump with it, though, or am I just thinking about the 3DS version?
I think you're thinking 3DS version.
Okay. Oh, yeah, have you played the 3DS version?
Yes, I have. At the time of this recording, I am at the end of Frozen Fact. No, not Frozen Fact. I'm at the end of Tropical Coast because I do not like the boss battle with what's the old Zeddy's name? Do you happen to know off the top of your head?
Zik, Master Zik.
Zik, yeah, the little short little blue one. I hate his boss battle in the 3DS version so much because the whole area suffers from mad space syndrome from Sonic Adventure 2.
Just died again.
Don't worry, you'll live.
Wait a minute, that kind of doesn't make sense. I died and you said I'll live. What are you trying to say?
Yeah. My point exactly. Look, you see, you're still bouncing on enemies. Death is a slap on the wrist. Well,
yeah.
No, not so much in this game because extra lives are really rare in this game.
Not unless you're at Desert Ruins Act 2. Did you notice that section where you can just keep getting 4 extra lives and it's like right at a checkpoint?
Yep, I abused that about 6 times during my first playthrough, and I used up all of those lives during the process of trying to get all the red rings. During my second playthrough, the footage that I recorded for the review, I had a much more comfortable time, but I will never forget that first playthrough. And it's something I'm going to be bringing up for the review, really.
Yeah.
When it comes to the matter of... Because my first impressions of Lost World, when it came to going from the beginning of the game to the very end, was pretty freaking miserable at times. And that's something I do have to mention, because... generally, if a first impression of a video game is not very good, there's little to no reason to go back.
Yeah.
Unless you're very curious. In my case, thankfully, in Lost World's credit, Sonic Lost World is one of those games that is better on your second or third playthrough, but you gotta have the feeling to want to go back to it in the first place.
Yeah, at least you do get rewarded with you know, in the previous segment I was trying to avoid this spoiler, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows by now. At least you do get rewarded with Super Sonic after you get all the red rings. So that alone adds some replay value.
Well, it depends. I recall in an earlier video saying that, well, earlier impression videos that I've done for separate channels, that I don't think Super Sonic was enough for getting all the red rings. To me, I think Generations did it the best when it came to red rings. You unlocked something every time you collected a single red ring.
Yeah, that's true.
Artwork, music. In this game, you only get Super Sonic, and that's after getting all of them.
Yeah, and you don't even get a sound test either, which was pretty disappointing.
No, there's no sound test, which I think they did on purpose so that you could buy the soundtrack.
Yeah, probably.
And there's no way to review cutscenes either. So if you want to see the cutscenes over again, you got to start a new profile.
Yeah, they pretty much did drop the ball on that one. Because even Sonic Colors, you could review the cutscenes, and even in Sonic Generations, you could do that. So why isn't it here?
Yeah. The general lack of collectibles also stands out too. Because I think of like Sonic Unleashed, where you had not the Sun and Moon medals, because nobody liked collecting those. You had the record players, you had the books and stuff like that to look forward to when you decide to go exploring. In this game, it's just red rings.
Yeah.
And you know what? Also, this game really could have had power-ups, and by that I mean power-ups you find in a stage, not the ones that you get sometimes after completing a level that you put in your very, very limited inventory. You can only carry like 5 items in that suitcase.
Yeah, I never even really find myself even using those items, really. Like, if they give it to me, then that'll be great, but I don't know. I just never think to look through my inventory and pick one of my power-ups.
Yeah, because you have to stop yourself, look at the gamepad, and click on that briefcase. You have to stop yourself with whatever you're doing to use it, which I think is completely unintuitive and completely immersion breaking. I would have liked it if, especially for a game that's trying to go back to the way Sonic was post-Genesis, pre-Dreamcast and stuff like that, that we should have had item monitors back. We should have had shield monitors, elemental shields, invincibility power-ups and speed sneakers located on the level itself. It shouldn't be something we occasionally get, and even then, it's put in a spot you're not even you'll most likely forget you had in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, they even did the same thing in Generations.
Well, Generations, I think it was easier in Generations, but that's another argument for another day.
Yeah, at least it was just a single button to use it. But anyway, we just got done with we got finished, whatever you want to say, with Sky Road Zone 4. And I believe that's it, unless we go to the circus real quick. Actually, yeah, let's do
let's go to the circus. I want some cotton candy.
Do you want a prize while we're at it?
Well, that depends if you win.
A stuffed Flicky.
But just let you know that I'll be severely disappointed in you if you don't get me anything.
Okay.
Severely disappointed.
Okay.
I want 600
I'll try to
flickies.
get you something.
I want 600 flickies.
Oh, let's see. Let's see if we can get that many.
Okay, you're on.
Actually, the most I've gotten on one of these was like over 900, and I was like really surprised. I haven't gotten over 1,000 yet, I don't think.
No, I never reached 1,000. The closest I ever got was 700. I know my highest one was in the 700 as well. And it was during one of the circus where you could use the cannon.
Oh yeah.
Because the amount of flickies you can get in those ones, those are pretty substantial. Just looking at this stage though, if you can get up to those blue balloons up there, you know that's a sweet payday in itself.
Okay. See if we can get up there. I keep losing all my momentum because I keep losing my lives here.
Yeah, I think out of all the circus mini games, the seesaw is my least favorite one.
Yeah.
The trampoline was much simpler to control.
We got over 600.
615. All right.
Wait a minute, how many did you say?
I said over 600.
So so there you go.
Good. When are we gonna go see Mom again?
I have made Johnny happy. Wait a minute. Where did that stage come from?
That's a secret world.
You know what? I wanted to end here, so let's just go ahead and do that at a different segment. Because I forgot all about that, because it just came out of nowhere. So yeah, I'll probably get back to that later. But yeah, thank you very much, Johnny, for joining me. Is there anything else you want to say before we close out?
No, just for those who are familiar with my channel, I am, as of now, working on the Sonic Lost World review. I'm reviewing both the Wii U and the 3DS version. Look forward to that sometime next week. And that's pretty much all I can say. And Michael, thank you once again for having me along.
No problem. Thank you for joining. And yeah, if you want to check out his channel, the links are in the description there for Brain Scratch commentaries and his personal channel, SomeCallMeJohnny. They will be right down there in the description, so check those out. Click subscribe and support Johnny. He's a cool guy. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Michael.
No problem. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is Michael Hunter, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.